Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is prime my eyes. Oops, I'm dropping it. With the Enigma Primer Potion from Urban Decay. This is like the only primer I use on my eyes. It's the best, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm kind of going for like a monochromatic-esque look today. So I'm using the Dose of Color Marvelous Mauves palette that I got. And I mean, it came with this brush, but I probably won't use it. I was gonna say, maybe I'll try it, but let's get real. Every time I try a brush, I don't like it and I don't use it. So I'm not gonna. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is blend that in a little bit better. I'm gonna take this shade right here called Rosy, and I'm gonna work that into my crease. Okay. Take my Y16 brush from Morphe, and I'm gonna dip into the shade right next to it, which is Wishy Washy. I like those names. I can't answer the phone right now. I'm busy. And with this brush, it's an It Cosmetics for Ulta brush. I think it's just a crease brush. The name's all worn off of it. But I'm gonna dip into Spaced Out. And I'm gonna put that a little bit lower and a little bit focus more on the outer corner. And just kind of right underneath those colors. e.l.f. blending eye brush, and I'm going to dip it into this darkest shade, which is Wine Stain, and I'm really just focusing that right on this outer corner. That is super, super dark and pigmented. Slight smoky eye today. Healer brush from It for Ulta. It brushes for Ulta. So I'm just gonna kind of blend out that color. Just make sure there's no like harsh lines. This is just a Real Techniques shadow shader brush. And I'm gonna get into this shade, which is Fluffy. And I'm actually gonna put that all the way in to like that midway where we put that other color, the Spaced Out. And this should kind of marry all of the colors together a little bit. Okay, so I have my brows on now. I'm gonna take the lightest shade, which is Fluffy, and I'm just going to put this underneath my brow just to lift it a little bit. I may go in with a highlighter, but we'll see how this looks. Okay. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is eyeliner. So I've got two from Smashbox. These are like my all-time favorite eyeliners that are like prestige items. These are the Smashbox Always Sharp Waterproof Kohl Liner. I have it in Violeta and 3D Orchid, and I have them swatched. So this bigger swatch is the Violeta, and then this one is the 3D Orchid. I think I'm gonna do the Violeta because it's a little bit darker and it's more of like a purple tint-ish. I don't know. I just think it'll look better with this look. So I'm gonna go ahead and highline. as I literally poke myself in the eye. Oh my gosh, I've never put makeup on before. Cute Y22, it's like a little pencil brush, and I'm gonna go in with the shade Wishy Washy and smoke that bottom line out. And then I'm gonna go in with Spaced Out, which is the second darkest, and smoke that out as well, right under there. Take a little tiny bit of Wine Stain and just on this bottom outer corner. So I'm mainly just connecting it with the top. Fallout, so I'm definitely going to wipe that away and kind of sharpen up the edges a little bit. Falsies Push Up Angel by Maybelline. Moving on, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna be super extra. I'm gonna do 2 primers. What? I'm gonna do the Morphe Prep and Set. Love that stuff. Love it. Okay, and then I'm gonna take, okay, I'm gonna use 3 primers. Real extra, guys. So I'm gonna take a little bit of the Benefit Porefessional, because so you know, I don't put this kind of a primer on my nose. I find that it really makes, my nose is just too oily, I think, and it really, really makes my makeup separate when I put it on my nose. Like really bad. Like I can't even blend it onto my nose when I do that. So what I do is I take a little bit of my primer potion and I literally like put like that little bit on and then I dab it in and it works really well. It makes it so my foundation has a harder time separating on my skin, and it doesn't like 100% fill in my pores, but I feel like it does do a pretty good job at like hiding them. My face, I'm gonna go ahead and use the Becca First Light Primer. I'm feeling a little dull. Just a little bit. So I'm not really putting this where I put the other primer. I'm just kind of putting this in all the other places. This right here is scarring from my acne. This is a little bit of scarring as well. I do have one in my eyebrow. I hate that. And then one like active one here, but the rest is all just like scarring, like I said. So I'm gonna take a little bit of this. This is from Maybelline and it's a corrector, East Green. I'm gonna put a little bit on like my sponge and I'm just tap that in anywhere where I wanna hide redness. And it does not have to be 100% perfect because we're gonna put concealer and foundation over it. L'Oreal True Match. I have it's in 123 Fair Light. N stands for neutral. I actually originally bought this to try it as like an under eye concealer, but it is more flesh tone, but it works great for covering up things like this. So I literally just put some of this kind of wherever I put that green. And again, it doesn't have to be 100% perfect because we're gonna cover it up. But this is just to help make sure that no green peeks through. Go ahead, I'm gonna take my LA Girl Pro Coverage HD High Definition Longwear Illuminating Foundation. Now I know what you're thinking, Emily, you're greasy. Why are you wearing illumination? It's not really illuminating to me. When I think of illuminating, and a lot of the illuminating foundations that I've used in the past, they've almost had like flecks like shimmer to them to, you know, make your skin dewy, to be light reflecting, illuminating. I don't really get that with this. And I honestly bought it without knowing it was illuminating, but whatever. I did purchase this a while ago. I purchased this back in March, I want to say. So I have been using it. So this isn't like a first impressions or anything. I really, really like it. Like I said, it's not super illuminating on me, especially when I set it with powder, and I really like it. So yeah, so we're gonna use this today. It's super affordable as well. I got mine on the Ulta website. They don't sell it at any store near me, really kind of in Oregon, I think, because I looked on their website to find the nearest store near me, and the nearest one near me was in Vancouver. And I didn't feel like driving up to Washington. So there's that. So Ulta does carry it online. I don't know if they're gonna be carrying it in stores ever, but yeah, and I've been really impressed with this foundation. Okay, so today I'm gonna go in with my Age Rewind from Maybelline. I haven't used this in a hot second, and I'm not gonna use it if it doesn't come out. There we go. I haven't used this in a while, and I want to. FedEx is here, which means I have a package waiting for me, but it's gonna have to wait until I'm done with this. I'm gonna set my face, and I'm gonna use my RCMA powder. Maybe take this little sponge. I'm gonna get some product on it and put it under my eyes. Let's do Marc. I like Marc. He's been good to me. And I'm gonna take my Morphe Y10 brush. This is like a small contour brush, and I really like it a lot. So, suck me, just kidding. We're gonna contour and bronze our face. I'm gonna take from Wet n Wild the color icon in Ticket to Brazil. I'm gonna take this one and my Morphe Y7 brush. It's kind of like the Y6, but instead of being flat top, it's more rounded. And I love this for bronzer. So we're gonna put this on, warm up that skin. So I'm gonna take from Milani the Romantic Rose Powder Blush. And this is just a Real Techniques blush brush. Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys a little tip. Don't go like this and then put your blush on, because if you do, you put it up here, right? And then when you stop smiling, it sags down to here. So it's gonna sag your face down. So you can kind of use it as like an outline and then just put it kind of where you want it. Use the Pixie and Aspen in London Luster. Super pretty. This is a Morphe R36 brush. And we're gonna shine. So now I'm going to take my Dose of Colors liquid lip in Stone. So now I'm going to go ahead and take my Cover FX mattifying spray to finish this look. I like to go back through with my brush, my sponge, and just really tap that into the skin, just to make sure it gets nice and absorbed, because mama is oily. Okay. And that completes this look. So here we are, here's the final look. I'm really happy with it, I'm really impressed. The eyeshadows are super, super pigmented. You could definitely put on a pair of false lashes if you'd like. I'm just hanging around the house, so I'm not gonna put on a pair of false lashes. That's just kind of silly to me. But you certainly can, and yeah, so stay tuned for my final thoughts. Nice, I really like it. I don't have any of these colors really in my collection, so I'm really glad that I bought this. I think it's definitely worth it. And They are very, very soft, so they are gonna have a lot of kick up. There's gonna be some fallout, but the pigmentation is there. They're easy to blend, they're easy to work with, so I definitely like that. As far as the lip goes, I really like it. I think it goes really well with this whole look that I have, and so far it's pretty comfortable. So we'll wait and see how it works. And then the mattifying spray, I'm gonna wear it all day today, see how it wears on my face, and then I will give you guys an update. And then for you guys, since I already know how this works, the LA Girl foundation is amazing. I really, really like it. I think it is definitely worth it. The shade range can be a little off, a little deceiving. You know, I wouldn't necessarily call this porcelain. I would call this light, maybe? I don't know. It was even a little bit light, or yeah, light for me, but it has a kind of an orange undertone, and the next shade up, I think I already said, it had kind of that orange undertone, so I didn't want to do it, but just bronze up my skin, and I think it's fine. It matches like my chest, and so that's good. Yeah, other than that, I can't really think of anything else, so we'll just go ahead and wrap it up. If you like this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel before you leave, and until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.